What do you mean it's not rewound? Movie that made us. Hello and welcome to another episode of CTW Presents Movies That Made Us. Hey, look at that. 4 episodes in and I didn't have to stutter my way through that. We are here with Hammer and Lasagna.
Hello.
Today's episode, we're going to review one show, one movie. What I like about the idea of this show is the idea of be like, hey, here's something interesting, take a look at. And then you get interested, and Hammer's like, oh, that looks interesting. You watch like 2 episodes, and he lost his goddamn mind.
Yeah, you definitely have to read the text message you said after.
All right, Hammer, tell us what's the first show we're talking about?
All right, the first show we're talking about today is the Black Donnellys, which I honestly hadn't even heard of for the longest time because it's from the early 2000s.
07.
Okay.
NBC. It ran 7 episodes on air and 6 online.
Okay. Early days of like kind of internet foray of where they just shunted it there because they didn't think they had viewership or
like what was weird is like I'd have to double check my timelines, but we had like the writer's strike around that time, like the 06 writer's strike.
That's right.
Heroes was real big at the time too.
Yep.
Because like Heroes was its lead in.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, like the Black Donnellys, like episode 1 ratings, like crazy big. Like they were like super high.
Jumped right in.
Like it was like to be fair, episode 1 was pretty baller.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think because I did the 1 episode on the Monday where I spoiled the whole first episode. But yeah, for whatever reason, it lost traction, and then they did a lot. I'm glad that they gave it its 6 episodes online.
Yeah.
Like I hate when they were like, it's done, and then you never see the
They
end
just
of
can it, and you never get any closure at all or any kind of like follow up. So they just chop it off in the middle. Yeah, that's BS.
Okay, now with that said, we'll come back to that 5. Let's see. We had early Jonathan Tucker, I think his name was, who plays the main Donnelly.
Yes.
Olivia Wilder,
Yeah.
a very young Olivia Wilder before she was on House.
Olivia Wilde, yep. Super young.
And a bunch of other people. What is the premise of the show?
Well, the premise of the show is basically telling the story of this family of brothers who are kind of, I don't know, born into like a street thug gangster kind of life. They're Black Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I knew nothing about until I started like learning about the show. And crazy shenanigans ensue. And like it takes a lot of really hard turns really fast.
Yeah.
And it's almost hard to keep up with at first, but once you kind of get a feel for the pace of the show, it doesn't plateau at all.
Right.
Like it zigzags like crazy.
Right.
The whole show, all the way through.
So it's like the 4 blocks of Hell's Kitchen.
Yep.
You have the Irish mob, the Italians, and was there one more? Just the Irish and the Italians.
Yes, the Irish mob and the Italian mob
Yeah.
are the 2 big factions.
Right. And the Donnellys are just living there. They're aware of.
They're kind of in the middle of all that.
Right. They're like, hey, we know who all the big players are.
Right.
We're just a bunch of brothers.
Right. They live with their mom, and their dad was killed in suspicious circumstances when they were all very young.
Right.
So
and then the Italians.
Intricate to the backstory of how all of that feeds together.
And then the Irish mob guy takes care of them because dad was there with them.
Right.
So they're not in the life, but they're Donnellys, which means they get into shenanigans. This regular brother just trouble.
Kate Mulgrew plays the mom, who is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
Yes. Her Star Trek was my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of her for a long time. She was in Cheers back in the day. She's done a lot of stuff.
She's like the older Star Trek. I think she'd be my my second favorite captain, I think.
Yeah.
Next Generation, all day.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Um, so, quick recap of episode 1 that I already played on the Monday Nooners. Tommy Donnelly, he's the oldest. He takes care of his brothers.
Right.
Jimmy, he's a little drug addict. He's getting into shenanigans.
Yeah, definitely causes the most trouble out of
Definitely.
nowhere.
But he protects everybody. They kidnap fucking Jimmy the bookie.
Yeah,
End up killing him, and now the Irish are like, we want our brother, we want our the
guy
Italians.
yeah. The Italians want their guy back, and then he,
What was the friend's name?
what's his name? The
The
dude kind of
narrator?
the narrator.
Oh, Joey Ice Cream. I like the premise of that. I like the idea of him telling the story backwards.
Yeah.
Because when he's Joey the Ice Cream is a friend of the Donnellys, not related, but he's like the eyewitness to everything that happens.
And he just kind of gets pulled into their circle, and he's
Yeah.
just always around.
So
And the kind of running joke, sort of, for each episode is that he's always talking to some other, like, because it starts off where he's just sitting in jail, and he's talking to different detectives, different lawyers, different people involved
Right.
in the legal system in different episodes of the show, and no one seems to believe anything he's saying,
Right.
and he keeps changing and inconsistently shifts all the way. So you never really get like a cruise control feel for any kind of pace. It's just always zigzagging and always changing, which really kind of keeps you interested.
they asked me a very simple question: "Where's the body?" And he's like, "Well, let me just go back and let me go back 3 days before that and tell you something that has nothing to do with it." And they're
Like
like,
5 other interlocking stories that have absolutely nothing to do with what they're trying to find out from him, and everyone just gets so fed up so quickly that you're just like, oh, jeez.
but at the end of episode 1, huge spoiler, it's a 20-year-old show now. The Italians are like, we want Jimmy. The Irish are like cohorting with them, and they're like, we're gonna give him a beating, quote unquote, and everything will be okay since he killed Jimmy the bookie. So what eventually happens is, like, Tommy realizes like he's not going to get beat up. They're going to go kill him. So Tommy goes in and kills both mob bosses, the Irish and the Italians. And as they walk out, I think the one thing that Joey Ice Cream says is that was the moment that Tommy took over the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it was this idea of like, we don't like the way that the old guys were doing it. We're going to come in, take care of my brothers. And then in turn, I actually now am like the kingpin. I took out everybody.
Yeah, and all kinds of fallout ensue on both sides with them in the middle of it.
Right.
And it's just always like this constant scramble to try to save some other major catastrophe.
You got Doki, the Irish uncle, who now wants to take over. Now, so there's the power struggle between the two Irish now.
Yep.
Like, Tommy doesn't even want it. He just wants to make sure his brothers are okay.
Right.
He's like, just leave me alone.
He literally wanted nothing to do with any of it, but he keeps getting pulled right to the center.
Oh, what was it? It's a very Godfather type thing where it's like, no matter what they do, they just keep sucking me back in. They just keep sucking him back in.
Yep.
The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Sopranos is running around the same time, or
Yeah.
just ending.
Like the later seasons of The Sopranos are right around
Right.
that time, where they're getting close to the end of that show. So there's always a big draw for like mob based anything.
What's interesting with The Sopranos is he was the first like anti-hero, like the bad guy that we rooted for.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Donnellys, he's clearly the good guy, just in a bad situation. So it's kind of cool to kind of see the take on, you could be a mob boss but still a good guy type thing. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, because like before that, most shows and movies never took that kind of angle at all.
Mhm.
So I mean, that was kind of like a really big foray into like new territory.
Right.
But it still had a massive draw because I mean, as much as you disliked the characters, you liked them just the same for other reasons.
Right.
So it was kind of like a weird dichotomy going.
Then there's some comedy in there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely enough comedy to keep you entertained without getting too like tropish, I guess.
There's a couple.
They didn't really overexhaust anything.
Mhm.
They kept it the pace.
The the relationship between all the brothers is so like sibling.
Yeah.
You have the one brother who thinks he's lucky,
Who's absolutely not lucky.
but
He
the
can't gamble for shit, but he thinks he
right,
can.
the sarcasm and the jokes and the back and forth between everybody is really cool.
Yeah, as much as they tell each other to totally fuck off and die, they're never gonna leave each other
Right.
because I mean they're just that tight knit.
Yeah, and like a lot of it was this is where they grew up. Like Hell's Kitchen's theirs, and they've always like that's the only home they've ever known. So that's why they're kind of like semi fighting for it.
Filming on location helped a lot because you really feel like you're in New York.
Mhm.
It's very gritty, very New York, very late 2000s or mid 2000s kind of just street grittiness to it.
Yeah. There's a because there's a handful of moments where when you have to gangster out, you do. Tommy had to dispose of the body of the bookie,
Yep.
and like that scene was interesting. Lasagna, first time she watched it, she was like, "Ooh, he took his shirt off." um, uh, but what was interesting for '07, like they didn't shy away from the. It wasn't brutal, like they didn't show him breaking the guy's legs, but you knew what was happening.
Right.
Yeah, like they kind of like they kept you in the scene, but just off a little bit.
Right.
Um,
They knew how to run a smooth production of telling the story without getting too deep into the weeds
yeah,
or trying to stray too far from reality.
And keeping the FCC happy.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a later show that so they could have got with it a little bit more, but it was all very tasteful.
I thought so.
Um,
They cast incredibly well. Everybody had a great chemistry together. You didn't feel like anyone was kind of a stick in the mud, really. Everyone played their parts well.
Except for, especially the whole.
yeah,
The whole girlfriend, yeah,
like her
the drug
and
girlfriend, yeah.
the druggy girlfriend and Jimmy were funny together.
You had just enough of them to let them be what they needed to be without being too much.
Oh,
I am surprised it doesn't have as much of a cult following as Firefly does.
yeah,
Because, similar things happened
yeah.
with the cancellation and stuff like that.
One season,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
And they both ended like
unfinished.
on cliffing. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then they did do a movie for Firefly to tie it
Yeah.
all up.
but
Some years after, yeah,
Yes.
which I thought was pretty well done for what consider it.
Well,
We'll come back to that on the
Um,
Firefly episode.
but yeah, it was like I've always liked a nice gangster show or movie. Like I enjoy the idea of the code of the street.
Right.
Whereas like the cops know that you're there. They don't mess with you because they know that you guys are handling your own.
Right.
Like you keep it within your 4 blocks and I don't care what you guys do. Kill each other. We don't care. But the second you dip outside of your boundaries.
And they're coming.
Right.
Because there's a police detective that kind of pops in
Yeah,
and out
yeah.
a few times who knows the guys and
And he
understands.
knows what's happening.
He knows what's going on. And then there's like a crooked senator that's involved in one of the mobs trying to manipulate both sides of shit going on.
Right. Because you find out the plot thickens. It's no longer about territory. It's about real estate.
Yeah, it gets deeper into like big manipulation of shit. And they're just bleeding the life out of the neighborhood. And obviously nobody wants to stand for that shit, but who's going to stop it when you find out how far they've already gone with it? It's almost impossible to really mount any kind of defense against that shit.
Right.
Because greed is powerful and runs deep.
Kevin, I thought Kevin is the gambler brother.
Yep.
I like how he always stayed close to Tommy.
Yeah.
And was like his right hand. And he's like,
yeah.
He was real soft episode 1, but then there was that scene where they're trying to find all the shell companies and he takes the dad from Wonder Years and just starts whooping the shit out of him.
Yep. Because he seems kind of dopey at first, but he's definitely all ride or die all the way.
Right.
He's the guy you want with you because he plays his part well on the surface, but deep down he'll be right there with you, handing you a clip and shooting the same guys you're shooting.
Right.
Like all the way.
What I like a lot about it is it's not a gangster show like The Sopranos or Godfather. It's a family. show.
Right. It's gangster adjacent
right.
with a lot of the material it deals with, but it doesn't like just become a gangster show. It's a
Right.
family show.
It is.
And it tells the story of the family.
It is 4 brothers taking care of each other and taking care of mom and my girlfriend who works in the diner.
Getting pulled into impossible situations all the time, and they somehow manage to scramble some fucking
Right.
way to get out of it.
Very resourceful kids.
Oh yeah,
these guys.
I mean, you can kind of tell, like back in that era, as being someone who's lived through the 2000s as an adult, I could see where some of the things they were pulling were pulled because they needed to pull it off. But at the same time, there were maybe one or two times where I thought, it's not quite that easy, but you can suspend belief enough to let it be what it is.
Yeah.
It tells a good story without getting too stupid. Like the shoplifting scene, like it wouldn't have been quite that easy.
Well, you take a tub and you fill it with a bunch of shit, and then you put another tub on top of it.
They're gonna look inside both tubs.
Clearly, like
that's a basic thing.
You can't buy a bunch of Tupperware, and they're obviously going to look inside the Tupperware.
There's no security tags in anything back.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I don't know. There were some $5 items were tagged, but still, it was all right.
Oh, it was so funny.
And then having the wake for the guy you murdered in your bar, that's got to be kind of unnerving.
Right.
You know, there's a guy killed in your basement. There was a different guy that you're trying to hide. And like just big swings.
And
big swings.
It was not and it was never the life they wanted.
No, not at all. They just kept getting pulled into it.
I want to be a painter. I want to be a gambler. I want to go to school. I want to be a ladies man. And then Jimmy's obviously just a junkie. I think the one thing that I bumped up against the most is I really, really hated Jimmy in that he could not see what Tommy was doing.
Right.
Like the junkie was like, I'm going to be the big brother. And he's not. He's the crippled junkie.
And just lost to his own selfishness. Never.
Like he thought he knew better.
He really did. And he never listened to anyone else.
He never took 2 seconds to see what Tommy was doing. Take a step back and and then because at one point, like midway, they split off and do their own thing where he's like, now he's trying to like collect protection money from the townies. Like Tommy's trying to like not get anybody like stabbed in the face.
Right.
I think that was the one thing I kind of butted up against is like how much he kept like not wanting to play.
He was selfish.
Yeah.
All he cared about was what his own needs at once. And he did it where he
several times pulled them all into major shit that they all had to scramble to get out.
Yeah.
But like I get to see the selfishness, but the complete
disregard.
Like the disregard and the oblivion.
But that's what narcissists do, though. It's not oblivion. They know what's going on. They just don't care. Narcissistic sociopaths.
Like, and it's so weird because like Jimmy had no business running this family.
Not at all. But he always thought he was the only one that could do it. And he played a great antagonistic role in the circle of heroes of the family members that just kept working against everybody. And ultimately, in the end, always managed to kind of come back enough to where he understands the situation and doesn't totally sink the ship. Well, well, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
But yeah, 13 episodes, brothers that all 13 episodes, they don't want anything. It wasn't until like almost episode 12, 13, where Tommy goes to the Irish and was like, hey man, just give us our 4 blocks. So you guys can have the rest of everything else. Just let me have this spot.
And just leave us alone in this spot and just take everything else.
Like we'll pay you like whatever the other guy was paying. Dewey, whatever Dewey was paying. And like he was willing to play the game, but you just stay out of my kitchen, huh?
Let me do my own cooking, yeah.
Right. So walk me through the roller coaster of emotions that you go through.
So I feel like I was kind of set up here because you and Elma had both seen it way back in the day from like kind of earlier days. I never knew anything about it. I came in totally blind, like 15, 20 years after the show aired, knew nothing about it.
I played the one bit on the Monday. You're like, this is kind of interesting.
And I'm like, you have to watch this.
And then
because I played all but the very end.
Yes.
Right. And
I made him stop before the big spoiler.
And honestly, I feel like I was set up by
100%.
all the way because she knew exactly what the deal was. And I'm like, oh, I'll watch this. Sure. So I paced it out over about a couple-week period of time. I watched an episode a night.
Okay.
And like, I didn't take it all at once. I didn't binge it. So I
Right.
kind of let it, each episode kind of tell a story. And then I'd watch something else and kind of give it its own space to organically kind of
You're like,
experience it.
oh, it's all
And I got totally sucked in because the characters are great. Oh, this is a wonderful show, isn't it? Then you get to the last episode of this fucking show.
Brotherly love will win everything. Yay.
And then they end the show the way that they do. With the girlfriend, the female lead in the show,
Olivia Wilde,
absolutely getting like just thrown to the wolves, essentially.
Right.
And then fights her way out. And you're like, you can't just stop the show right now. And then they end the show in the final scenes of the big shootout. And you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then to know that there's literally just nothing after that at all. Like there's zero resolution.
What did your text to Ben say?
It was unkind.
It was angry.
It was very angry. And it was randomly on a day you were like probably at work or something, and you get a text from me going, "What the fuck, man?"
I'm upstairs and I hear, "What the fuck?" So I'm like, "You need to text back."
It's
which I'm pretty sure you're looking at it going, "Oh crap, what I do?" Like,
because every episode was very fun, lighthearted, talking to Joey Ice Cream.
Yeah.
And he was just and I love the way that he described the brothers. Like he really like nailed it in that this is just 4 brothers in a family trying to get by. And like every episode it starts with him and he's telling a story. He's like, "Where's the body?" And he's like, "Here it is." He's like, "We're talking about that body." He's like, "Oh, my bad." But like he tells his story because like he's in like witness protection.
Yeah.
Like he turns state's evidence. So like the idea that he's gonna tell this whole story. We got the final showdown between the Irish, and then it ends with the episode is Joey Ice Cream is like the Donnellys have never been able to leave town, and they show all these flashbacks of like holidays and they're like, oh, we're gonna go to grandma's for Christmas, we're gonna go here for the 4th of July.
Something would always go wrong with either the car or the situation where they could not get off that street.
It's like this weird Irish curse thing that they
could not get out.
Truman Show.
Very much.
Mhm.
Like just loot, just like the world's
They
working
were stuck
against you
there.
to never let you out.
No
And then-
matter how much they tried or wanted, it
could never
could
get
not get out.
Right. So we have the big showdown. We're attempting to leave, and then
Finally get up the big ass van. They put everyone in it, get all their stuff
we
together.
grab the junkie
We're
girlfriend.
running for the hills. We're out. Yeah, they grab the junkie girlfriend. Even everybody gets in the van.
The idea that Tommy's like, this is the only solution that we have. We fought as long as we could. This is our home. Mom, like, deal with it. Like, we have to leave.
Mhm.
And then they go.
And mom's got dark secrets that are getting revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy finally finds out how his father died and was responsible, and it's like a much bigger thing than him. And he's like, Jesus Christ,
We're like, season 2. Season 2 is gonna be amazing.
And then the final scenes of the fucking show,
shootout credits.
Like shootout, people are on the ground bleeding out. Credits, nothing.
And then like for you, it's the idea. You're like, I know that there's no season 2. I knew there was no season 2 at the end of the thing. I'm pretty sure that I read that it got canceled. That's why they aired the last 6. But I was equally upset.
Oh man, I can only imagine how people felt at the time when they were getting sucked into the show when it was on, and then got told, "Oh, by the way, it's canceled. There's nothing."
Like it's so junky because we see so many shows today that stream and then they're done after one season.
Yep.
Netflix.
All of them, every one of them are doing it now to the point where it's like, I love the show, and then it's gone.
This is why I have trust issues, and this is why I wait until there is an end point to the show. because I've had my heart broken by Firefly,
Yep.
the Black Donnellys, and
Mhm.
worst of all, even though it did end, How I Met Your Mother. Different story.
That's a whole different podcast right there.
But that's why I'm trusted, because you get so invested in these shows, and then it's just
like and they saved all of the really big, horrifying, do you dirty moments for the last 10 minutes of the episode, and you're just left hanging.
Like they wrote it like they had somewhere to go, and now you
they
can't go.
did, yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of television and movie is when you're at the top of your game in your craft of storytelling and screenwriting and acting, like especially back in 07, it was all appointment TV. It was only one episode per week.
Right.
So
you had to build a schedule.
There was no streaming back
So
then.
patience involved.
So for 13 weeks, I am now invested into this family. And now it's all gone.
And then nothing. Like not even nothing, but like gaping, horrifying ending nothing.
Yeah.
Where you don't even know who ended up actually dying.
Right. I mean, now you just binge it. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Right.
But then it's a year before you see the next season, and you're like, I completely forgot what happened.
Exactly.
Characters you come to respect and have a connection with and love and admire, and you're like, oh, this person's great. And then what the fuck? You know?
I've always found it interesting. Like the pilot episode is usually filmed way months in advance. Well, at least back in the day it was. And then they
sell that episode.
They sell
to
that
get a show.
episode to
Right.
see if it's going to work, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they can't tell how it's going to end. So, you know, even for them, the actors, the writers, and everybody, like, I can't even imagine how heartbreaking it is. Like, we were all pissed. And I'm sure they had all these, like, storylines and plot lines.
Well, and
visions of other things they could grow into. They just never got anything.
They did such a good job acting in it. And really embracing these characters. The idea that, like, halfway through the shoot, they're like, hey, by the way, we're not, like,
right.
We're going to shoot the last 4 episodes, but that's it. You'll never be Tommy Donnelly again. And it's got to be kind of like
really disheartening.
Yeah.
Because
the actors and everybody involved.
I mean, everything that I read, you know, actor interviews and stuff like that, they take on these parts, these roles, and
they live them.
Yeah, exactly. They live them. They become a part of them. And how would it feel to basically have a piece of you ripped out of you?
And or how do I put in the same effort? And they do. I mean, they're fucking professionals, thank God.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like the idea of like, I really would have loved to, because like for 13 episodes, they did a really great job developing all the characters. But like Jimmy, the drug addict, he had a character arc that we could have seen something cool in season 2, season 3, where
maybe
he gets cleaned up, he comes back, Tommy's in the hospital or something, like
from his roller coaster of bad decisions and all kinds of questionable shit.
Right. Yeah. It's like we got to know these people, and we know that there's an arc somewhere with some of these characters, and then like it's all gone.
And it was not a high budget show. They didn't have a huge budget, which was clear, but it didn't need one.
No.
For everything they did, they kept it in their lane, and it was well done without trying to be more than it was.
It was all,
and at no point you ever get a sense of any of the actors in any of the roles or any part of the show checking out. Even no matter when they knew it was not going to be more, they gave 100% every single time, every single moment of what they had to do. And that's, you could feel the magic of how it brings that whole story together and why you're so invested and why you're so fucking pissed about why they let him kill something that was so wonderful.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at the preview and like, there was like the episode 1 review that you did, like in the parts that I saw, I wasn't even sold on it. I was like, yeah, it's a show. Until I started sitting on and actually watching the show for what it was for itself. I got sucked the hell in right away. Because it's one you can't even like guess at how good it is until you experience it.
That's why I'm honestly surprised it does not have a bigger cult following.
Right?
Like, because like you see these Reddit threads, you know, what's a show that got canceled too early?
Right.
I've never heard the show's name
on that list.
Never.
Donnelly's is never on that list.
It has to be so much bigger than that. There's got to be so many more people out there that can absolutely testify to what we're saying.
I think from a lot of the stuff I read is Sopranos was big at the time. But we were coming off of the
It was
Sopranos.
the last couple of
Like,
seasons
we've
of the
seen
Sopranos
it.
right around there.
Like we've seen the gangster thing
Mhm.
before.
Right.
Uh, and I would have to go back and look at old like previews and stuff of it because because like we're selling it as a family story, whereas I don't know if they
That's how they
marketed
presented
it. Yeah,
right, yeah.
I don't know if they marketed it as like what four brothers will do to keep each other safe, as opposed to like two crime
Regardless.
families clash and families stuck in the middle.
Right. And even just hearing about it in summary form, you're like, that's a lot of characters. I don't know about it, but like you get to love and know each one for what they are. And the way they bring it all together themselves, they really carried a lot of magic that most stories absolutely miss.
Oh yeah, because the story 100% we've seen it 100 times.
Right.
Like we've seen,
but it just seemed different. It just seemed on its own trajectory. You can't really compare the show to any other show. There isn't any other show like this one.
I honestly gotta say that wait, what's the guy's name? Ice cream?
Joey.
Joey
Ice Cream.
Yeah. Him being the narrator is my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's genius.
It is, especially because how do you know what he's saying is true? Like I get it, it's blah blah blah. But the unreliable narrator is one of my favorites.
Because even from episode 1, he's like, what was one of his first lines? He's like, "I'm Joey Ice Cream. You know why? Because I'm cool under pressure." Like,
and he just literally talks out of his ass, almost a different way every single episode.
So, like, we see this amazing, like,
deep character who's literally just slopping shit on top
and
of
nothing's
shit.
happening.
Yeah.
Like,
and he goes back on his own word a number of times and literally corrects shit in the middle of trying to tell a story. Oh no, it was this.
But you let this thing run 3 or 4 seasons. Boom, Joey's Kaiser Soze, man.
Yes, exactly.
Joe Ice Cream is Tommy.
Right?
Ooh.
Like
so many opportunities.
There were so many doors they left unopened.
The cautionary tale of the Black Donnellys is that you have to give a show 2 seasons.
Yeah.
If you've never seen this show or never heard of it, don't fucking watch it. If you want to get mad, watch this show.
Watch it.
Where did you actually watch it?
Here.
Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Oh, it is streaming on Peacock?
Yeah, the whole season, everything.
Okay.
Watch it on Peacock.
Oh my God.
It's it is heartbreaking, that it didn't have it. You're left with all these questions and stuff. But again, you have full seasons of shows, Hello Sopranos, that end on a blank screen.
Right.
So
and we've seen the gangster thing done before, but they've already we're taking over for dad or somebody else. We're going to inherit it. We've never seen the like, how does somebody from nothing
get
caught up in
get pulled into that kind of shit. Yeah.
And then dominate it.
Yeah.
And then run the shit, not just survive. They put
take control. It's Godfather fucking 2. It's the early days of Corleone, and then he's like doing his whole thing. Like, people love 2.
Yep.
It didn't get a chance, and it is sad.
This is what happens when suits make decisions. You get shit like this.
Firefly got a movie.
Yeah.
They got a chance for some closure because there was such a monumental upheaval of fan support. They were going to burn buildings down.
Yeah. But
this one just didn't have the cult following at the end.
Yeah.
Because Firefly got to the point where people were writing and they're doing petitions and everything.
Even today, there's still fan shows.
Got canceled, and people were like, absolutely not. And then it got picked up by
Peacock. It was Fox for the longest time, and the last couple seasons were Peacock.
Fox dumped Lucifer after season 3.
Yep.
And then Netflix picked it up for 3 more seasons.
Right. Yep.
It's a product of 2007.
It absolutely.
Where in 2007 there were no options. It was ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox.
Yep.
And if one of them dropped it, they're like, our calendar's full.
Yep, the big three took a piss on whatever they wanted, and everyone just got whatever they gave them. And you could really tell the window in the past you're looking through watching the show. It felt like late 90s at times, but you could tell where that's what it was like in the 90s, where it was just like there was still no internet. Cell phones were a luxury. It was like there were pieces of life now that weren't even invented. Fucking
like the idea of like, hey, where's your brother? Go find him, and you have to go walk the street.
Yeah, you're really wandering a massive urban New York neighborhood to fucking find him.
The other night, I was telling him about it. That like we went to visit. He's got a cousin in New York, and we went to visit him. And he's like a speed walker. So I got bored and I fucking wandered off, right? So I lose them, right? And I'm like, oh my God, where are they? And I like pull up my phone, do the find my. Like, oh, okay, there's my husband.
That's all they've been there in the last decade, even. I mean, like, how did we manage to survive wandering the world without all the shit we have now?
But I put this in the list of things that made me mad because it showed that you could take a story that's already been done and you could do something different with it. You can add a narrator that
100%.
gives it from his perspective. You can make it a family story. As much as The Godfather was tried to be family, we killed Sonny. So sorry, spoiler for a 50-year-old movie. But Michael has to like take over and he jumps in and starts doing his thing. But this is where like nobody died yet, and he's just like, just leave us alone.
Right. Like we literally just want to live our lives.
I don't want this life.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't want the property. We don't want the territory.
I'm not some boss of anything. I just want to exist and live my life. And the love story that they tease that they absolutely smashed to pieces repeatedly.
The love story
between Tommy and the girl.
Oh, the ho-ho?
Yeah, well, not the ho-ho, but
no, the ho-ho. She's the ho-ho. She was married.
Oh my God.
Deep
down, she knew her husband was dead.
Now we're done.
All right. I put this show. I'm glad I watched it. I feel like I'm a better person for having experienced this great story. But I put this number one on the list of things that made me angry.
Right.
Thanks, baby.
And the
I blame her for this.
And the beauty of it is that you can be that upset about it means it
made you feel.
Yeah.
It did what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You tell yourself, I know about it, and you fall in love with it.
But like when I read a book and it pisses me off, not because of misspellings or whatever, but because it made me feel, I'm never going to give it 1 star or whatever because it pissed me off. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I'm going to tell the author, thank you for writing something that literally made me rage.
Right? Son of a bitch.
There's too many other shows. It is so weird. There's so many other shows that are on for seasons. That have some real garbage seasons, like
that are mediocre at best.
Grey's Anatomy turned into a freaking soap opera.
That are literally trash. Like they're garbage. There's no value other than product fucking placement. There's nothing in it.
But you got like 2.5 Men, and it's like they were funny, but
they should have stopped.
20 years later.
Yep.
We're not talking about 2.5 Men. We're not talking about the impact that show had on
you got
me.
Swept under the rug, and then there's nothing.
It was
the only reason people even still talk about it is because of Charlie,
and no one even talks about Charlie Sheen anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
He was part of the heart and soul of the show, and when he left, it became something else.
It's an example of 30-minute funny brings in ratings. You can kind of throw away some of these other shows.
Yes.
But even as I am self-admitted, I do not want to think with my entertainment. I don't want to have to look for clues and the meaning behind whatever they're trying to say.
You're not trying to philosophize with every scene.
I want to be brain dead. I just want to relax and whatever. But I absolutely loved the Black Donnellys
because it was very clear up front. I'm taking care of my brothers.
Yeah.
I got to turn one in to get him into rehab. One's in the hospital because he got jumped, and I got to make sure this other one doesn't take the bookie's phone and whatever else.
You know what? As Vin Diesel would say, it's all about family.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. Small commercial. Come back and we'll review 1995's Kids. Stand by.
Meet your new favorite storyteller. Introducing the brand new podcast, Storytime with Mr. C. For most of his life, Mr. C has found pure joy in sharing tales with friends, family, students, even strangers. Now, he's bringing that lifelong passion directly to your ears. On Storytime with Mr. C, you'll join him as he digs up forgotten classics, hopefully creates some wonderful new ones, convinces a few special guests to share their incredible experiences, and takes us all back to the very beginning of what makes a great story. It's more than just a podcast. It's an invitation to simply hang out, connect, and remember the simple pleasure of a well-told story, like gathering around a campfire, but with better sound quality. Ready to be swept away? Find Story Time with Mr. C. Today on Spotify. Prepare to be amazed, entertained, and perhaps even taken back to a time when all you needed was a good voice and a great story.
Whimsy.